story takes place 1 year ago, September 2018. I had an old pickup truck. It was a 1991 F-150. I had to dump a couple things that were out of the truck because it was up for sale. I jumped into the truck at about midnight. On my way to head west, outside of my little town. I knew that there was kind of this dumping place that was going to be a little bit unheat at all, and I wasn't going to run into anybody. Sure enough, things kind of made a turn for the worst. I ended up making the right turn to where this strip of where they might have been doing some construction years ago. It looked kind of like almost like a quarter mile kind of race kind of strip, which I've tried to race down there with my car before, but knowing that there wasn't enough of a strip to actually kind of slow down. Even if you get to a quarter mile strip, so you have to slam on the brakes. Anyway, I pull in there. Of course, there's nobody there. It's kind of cold. It's like maybe 0, -5 out. So I back the truck up to this kind of hill area, knowing that I could dump out the stuff, thinking I could dump out the stuff within 10 minutes. I put the truck into reverse. It was a stick shift, and the e-brake didn't work. And knowing that if I'm at an angle with the back of the truck going downward a hill, that was the way I believed to have it lock. I go to the back of the truck, just about to open the tailgate, when I notice the truck is starting to slip. I frantically, actually at the time, I couldn't even get the front window, the driver's side window open, so I had to go through the passenger side door. I frantically try to step on the brake, holding the truck. I try to start the engine. No luck. I try to start it again. It fires up. I try to move. I think that knowing the amount I know about cars, I figured if I just sat there for another few minutes, it would charge the battery up and I would be okay. Stupidly, I end up shutting off the engine again. I get out of the truck. The truck starts to slip a little bit. Freaking out this time, I go into the truck, try to start the engine. Nothing fires. It doesn't start again. It doesn't start again. Thinking that, almost like the Titanic, I'm going to have to abandon this truck before it just falls down the hill. I take my foot off the brake and get out of the truck as fast as I can. The truck slides down the hill. I've never been so disappointed in just seeing your own vehicle just fall to its death like that. Assuming that the truck had fallen, I was pretty certain that it had just gone right onto the railroad tracks that was below the hill. Really scared and haunting that this is just in the middle of nowhere, about 5 miles from my town, just dead dark. There's no lights, just on the main highway. I drive a truck for a living, so there's many times that I've seen people just on the side of the road walking in the middle of the night, and I'm just thinking, like, what the heck? But here I was now in that situation. Luckily, I still have my cell phone, so I turn the light back on. Freaking out, I call CAA, saying to them, I'm not in a safe place. I'm freaking out. I need immediate assistance. What seems to be like the longest half an hour of my life, I run back to the road, freaking out that maybe I was going to run into like a wolf or or a coyote or just anything that was not going to go so well, knowing that they could maybe smell my fear. I get over to the highway, and of course I don't put my thumb out or anything or try to wave anybody down, but people just go by like I was nothing. At least I guess I'm the one, I know how it feels now. I decided to start walking east so I could meet the tow truck to get closer. I heard a train in the distance, thinking, oh no, we're gonna have to try and get to the truck pretty fast, because if the truck happens to be right on the railroad tracks, I'm screwed. This is gonna be a major collision and it's all gonna be on me, and it's gonna be like, well, what were you doing in the middle of the night? They're gonna see that there was something in the back of the truck, maybe linking it to that I was going to dump things out, probably where I shouldn't have. I start walking up. From the distance, I see another set of lights. Damn, it wasn't the tow truck. Just a sports car driving by. And then another SUV. I felt like I must have walked about 2 kilometers. Finally, I see the tow truck. I flag him down. He stops, knowing that I was probably the only one on the road. I climb in, telling him, we better hurry over to the truck. I don't tell him about the train or anything. Oh, I've never been so freaked out before, especially just being on my own in the middle of the night like this, as it's starting to get cold and creepy out. But luckily I was in the nice warm cab of the tow truck. I think it was an F450. He quickly drives over to where the truck had fallen. To my surprise, the wheels had turned on the truck. As it went down the hill, it had just turned to the corner. Another train was just going by. It actually kind of helped us out because it had lit up the area where we could see. He said, let's just try the battery. He didn't even have to drive his truck down to the hill there. He just put a battery charger on it. Truck fired up, no problem. I was able to drive out of the ditch. There was a light from the train that really helped yet again. I didn't bother dumping anything, and I knew it was just kind of Mother Nature telling me, like, getting her revenge, that you shouldn't be doing something like this. I learned my lesson, just to spend the $20-$40, whatever it costs to just go to the garbage dump to professionally dump it. Don't just throw it on Mother Nature's good soil just to save a couple bucks. I ended up selling the truck for, I think, $1,600, maybe $1,700 a couple days later. It was my lucky day. I'm not even sure if I had the truck insured properly. If the truck would have got hit by the train, I wouldn't have been able to collect any insurance money. That was a scary night for me. I hope like heck nothing like that will ever happen again where I'll have to abandon my vehicle. Luckily, I never ran into any other sketchy people walking on the road or any animals. It's just an experience to put up to the books there, that I got lucky that one time, that my truck didn't get hit by a train and nothing else happened. So the moral of the story is, don't go out in the middle of the night going to do some sketchy things. Thank goodness I made it back alive. So did the truck.